new guests actually this week. It's kind of exciting. We're live on the Metal Lab, and I am joined by unfamiliar faces. So I got to take a minute to properly introduce them. I'm first joined by Brazilian national champion Thiago Pinto da Luz.
Two-time, right?
Two-time.
Right.
Speaking of two-time, I'm also joined by two-time World HeroClix champion, a three-time if you can include teams as well. Patrick Uboko. Teams count.
Guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah, these guys kind of helped me out a pinch. I rolled 3 misses with my staff today, so I rolled my Troubalert and called in the high quality stuff.
Oh man, which is the best one? Which is the best Troubalert? I haven't really looked at them.
I'm between, like, I've been turned into the Church of Firestorm because he's good on all 3 of his clicks. But I was really heavy on Wonder Woman at first, but I'm kind of going towards Firestorm, Flash, and Green Lantern as the top 3 for me.
I am putting Wonder Woman as top 1. Without doubt, Wonder Woman is because I think she's more. Some of the others are more situational. You need to think more. Wonder Woman is okay. She's there. She can do whatever she wants. The others you have to build a little more to use them.
What about Flash?
I mean, Flash is hypersonic with Prob. He brings in Prob, and you've been missing, and that's why you have him. So,
yes.
And that's the other reason I'm high on Firestorm. He comes in with Prob, and then even if he takes the 1 damage on the next turn, he's got a +2 or -2 perplex.
Oh,
so,
wow. Yeah. Shows you haven't really been looking that much.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is, like, those 3 just kind of stand out, and everything is still kind of good. Like, the Hawk Girl's not bad if you can get those ordinary birds to do things, like having power near them. I don't know. That's a thing you could do. And Aquaman brings his own Empower for his fish. So those 3 fish that he brings out actually do 2 damage in close combat.
So you can only bring in 1 a turn, basically, right? If you can meet the crit miss, or I guess if you crit miss twice, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you crit miss twice and then miss the 3rd time, like
everyone comes in?
That's 3 misses, right?
Oh, am I silent here? Hold on.
Oh,
I fixed it now.
Right. Even better. How about that? Yeah. It's a really cool effect, and I'm playing in a constructed WKO this weekend. It's going to be part of my team.
How many are you using?
I think all the ones that I have, and it depends on how many of them show up at my door come Friday. Because, like,
oh, you ordered some?
I've ordered some. I'm dealing with some. Like, I've got a lot of trade pending. Like, at this point, all of them are owned by me.
Oh, okay, you just got to get them.
Yeah, philosophically, I own them all. I just need them to show up. Like, this is the fastest I've collected a set. I'm missing Man-Bat from this set at this point.
Yeah, I think the like you were telling me, or the distribution on these are you just like they're giving out the chases like candy, right?
Every single sealed I've played in this set, I've pulled a chase.
Yeah. You need to pull like what, 2 in a brick?
Yeah. What's that, Thiago?
In that case, I think it's 3 chases per case.
It averages to 2 per case, but there is a chance, kind of like how remember the Avengers set had like some cases that had 2 chases in it? That's kind of the odds on the 3 per case. So yeah, so like our brick that we got for the show got 2 chases in it. And we immediately were like, hey, WizKids, is this going to be a normal thing? And they're like, yeah.
So it's like what, 1.5 per brick, kind of?
Yeah, about an average.
That's pretty good.
It's amazing, especially when they have 12 chases in the set.
Yeah, that's true.
So, kind of a requirement. And since we're on the topic of the Batman animated set, it's been out for a week, and we've started our conversation about the chases. Have you guys seen anything else that stands out in the set? And we'll let Patrick take the lead on this one.
Venom harness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, someone put it in a different terms, like it's a 10-point Proteus, but you get to choose when you want to do it, or a 7-point. It's 7 points, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 7 points.
Yeah, so it's basically a 7-point Proteus that you can decide when you want to get your +1s.
with Battle
and
Fury.
maybe yeah. I think that's awesome. I mean, obviously those suited henchmen are going to be. I think they're going to be everywhere.
Yep.
They kind of get around the gray ghost thing because they're not actually bystanders.
Yep.
But they're regular, just like regular size, regular figures, so that they can pilot stuff. They can be equipped with whatever. I don't know why you would, but they like their team ability. They need to just share a keyword, right?
That's to carry 2. I think they just flat out carry now.
Oh wait, really?
I think
No,
so.
no,
Let me double check to be sure.
Oh, they flat out carry. Then they're the best taxis in the game. 5 points.
To carry 2, you have to have a higher point than the other character.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's. I mean, the fact that they can, they have like basically side. If you roll into sidestep, it's sidestep carry.
But they can carry like jokers and some good.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. And then there's so they get masterminded too by those guys, and they can just come back.
Okay, yeah.
Playing those.
It's carry 1 if they share a keyword, 2 if they share a keyword and they share a keyword with this character and are lower points.
Okay, so that part's never gonna happen.
That's never gonna happen. But share a keyword is probably I think they come with their own, right? If I remember.
It's Underworld. I think it's
Underworld. So they
Those
can
are-
carry
yeah.
jokers. They can carry
Penguin.
penguins.
Yep. They can carry your Joker that you called in to a little bit more of a safer distance or an easier to get off of the distance.
Harley. Yeah, that's. I think they have a lot of. There's a lot of use for them. Especially since they don't break theme, right? So
Nope.
No,
why not? Yeah, that's awesome. They help you get your ID card number up, so you can get those IDs in.
Yep. And a little, unlike the triples, they don't break the theme, like you said. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Thiago, how about you?
I'll talking with you later, a little before here, and like we said before, the Batman Beyond on Field of Venus is a real monster because it's a set filled with stealth. So if you put a character that can shoot through stealth,
I also think Zatanna and Talia are pretty good, right?
Oh, Zatanna's brilliant.
Scarlet Witch
2.0. That brings enhancement.
Yeah, and I think Talia is not bad. She's 45 points, I think.
Yeah, with Prob and
like Pen Blast. Yeah, it's pretty good. Defend too. I think lastly, what do you guys think of Clock King? What do you think of Clock King?
I played against him. He's obnoxious as.
I think Clock King could be good. It's cheap. Has outwit precision strike, but like more importantly, you can like out tempo opponents by just putting it at the right places, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
My only complaint about Clock King is because he's Prime, so I can't choose Clock King and Anarchy on the same team.
That's true. No, that's true. But I think they do that on purpose, right? It's kind of like why they never had Cheetah and Alyosha Craven on the same team because they're Prime and be busted if they were together.
I think every time they have a Prime, it's like, can you imagine this figure with that Prime? Stop now.
Yeah. We're making that a Prime. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was a Prime now, guys. We flip it or something like that.
Yeah. That's funny.
Every so often they do sit back and go, that was a pretty good figure. That would really synergize well with we got to stop what we're doing right now and put a green ring on that. We're gonna do damage if we don't. And you know what? With his clocking, put Scott Crampton's name on it. Just blame him.
Yeah. He chose that figure, right? He chose the figure.
Yeah.
Just to ask you guys.
Your mic cut out from after you just ask us.
What do you think about the uncommon Scarecrow?
I like his utility and his ability to really slow down a game. My problem is like in sealed, he really shines because this set doesn't have as much willpower as you'd think it does. In constructed, everybody brings willpower.
That's true.
Right?
What are the IDs right now that are from like the Batman side or the DC side right now that there's a lot of them, right?
Yeah, there's Harley, Joker, Mr. Freeze, Two-Face,
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
Okay.
I
So
think
right
that's-
now, what Joker and I like what would be played and all that. I mean, obviously Harley's really good, right? Because there's a couple good ones. There's the Poison Outwit and the Energy Explosion title.
Yeah, the title Harley. Go ahead, Thiago. Okay.
She comes in with 3 plot tokens. You can -2 to have the energy explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Poison Ivy? Is there any Poison Ivy that's out there?
There's potential on the Poison Ivy. It's just a matter of timing in some cases. Nothing stands out though. Is like, yeah, she got the one that makes the mushroom tokens.
Yeah,
but those only happen when you clear the smoke. So I think the problem with that is timing. So I feel like though at the same time, she'll still be around when the smoke gets cleared.
Yeah, because that's beginning of turn, the beginning of turn stuff, right? So you can order it how you want.
Yeah, so I think she'll still make the mushroom token, and the mushroom token has autonomous and mind control. So, you know, what's the problem with that? There's no problem with that if you can make effective use of the smoke cloud. They made like 5 Poison Ivies this set that I really need to go through.
I know.
There's the one that from the starter set that makes flurrying vines.
Yeah.
That one's really strong if you think about it.
Yeah, that's like, that's why we're starting to look at. And the Joker, there's some good stuff too, right? A couple of good Jokers out there.
Well, yeah, we got the new Christmas Joker.
Flurry? No, Blades.
He's got at least charge as well. Plus, you know, when you include the fact that he cancels all perplexes within 3 squares when he comes out.
Oh my goodness!
Because that's how the ID card works, right? The ID cards for them cancel a power within 3 squares of them.
And it's a burst, right?
Yeah, it's a burst. So it's like pop out, all perplex. Everybody who with perplex can't use it within here. And if you unimize within 3 squares of me when I do that, that big perplex of yours is gone. Just
right.
Oh, Joker is here. The Christmas Joker is charge plus
charge plasticity, and Thiago's microphone keeps killing us.
Sign language. There's that there's that common Joker that there's some cool little things you could do with him because he's got prob 10 attack 3 damage, but with his smoke, you can tank with the smoke, right?
You can use the smoke to hand out an action token to somebody in it with a I think it's a range attack or close attack.
It's a close attack regardless of adjacency, but you can replace that with the tank.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. That's a nice little trick that they might not see coming because it's free.
Yeah, tank around the corner.
Exactly, right? Yeah, or like on the roof behind somebody because you can't see.
Yeah, so
you
know what?
On the edge and you go back. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's all kinds of neat tricks you can pull out. I mean, even I'm probably going too far on that, trying to overthink what I can do with the Poison Ivy for sure.
Well, there's a lot to choose from. So, what about that Connelly Joker? Is that good?
No.
he
might be good on the call-in. Like I've looked at that dial and I put it back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As a call-in, like I think that's what we should be talking about right now.
That's the most useful version of him or most useful way of having him. I haven't really looked at it, and I think the super rare, because the super rare also brings a Christmas present, and that might happen. I think that's just reasonable enough.
Mm-hmm.
Although you also run that risk of rolling the 1 on it, so it's like, because I think the 1 removes it, and all of a sudden you've scored it for your opponent. Like, I shouldn't have done that. Because I gave you 5 points for the ID card and then 5 points for this. Now I have to kill something.
Oh man. What do you think of the rare Batman with the Batarang? It looks good.
He underperformed in the sealed when we played against him, but I feel like I haven't seen him at his fullest.
I mean, he does free. It's just like a free attack, right?
Yeah, it's a free attack -1 damage. So.
Yeah,
but he could do it every turn.
As long as he's got that object, yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah, but it always comes back to him. Like,
he
doesn't roll to KO, right? Wow, that's pretty good.
And he has out to it, so he can.
Yeah. High attack too.
Yeah, 12 attack.
Yeah, 12 attack for this 120-point version. I think he had a 50-point version. It's a shame the Batman ID's gone. He'd be immediate, like, called. Let's try to do 5 damage in a turn, guys.
I know, right? Oh my God, that's insane. Yeah,
Or more if
even-
you can get some enhancement.
Yeah, and even like if you call him in the 60 point, he's got flurry perplex. So there's like all kind of there's a lot of cool things with this Batman. I think.
Jason,
I just don't know how. Will there be like a Batman, or is there like a Batman Family Gotham City or Gotham City Underworld or constructed that you would see would be like X-Men style competitive?
I don't see anything that strong in this. No.
because I think the X-Men has all the synergy because of the traits.
The traits.
Yeah, the trade of
Like
perplexity.
that on the Batman would be better.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I was just looking because I would really like to see like a Batman Family or Gotham City out there, you know.
Redominate the game with them.
Or
What did you
because
say?
like Gotham City Underworld has, I mean, there's like Joker's Wild and Harley Quinn set. Like, there's got to be something. There's 3 sets legal right now. There's got to be something, right?
You'd think that.
That should be a challenge, like a contest. All right, guys, who can top 4 with something like.
Who can beat a Unimind with a bat?
Yeah, right.
Gotham
That's
City
what.
under
There
your
has to
belt?
be something.
Yep. There's a little bit of potential, maybe in that Riddler. Remember him with the gift box or whatever it was?
Oh yes. That guy's. I feel like that Riddler is about to explode because that's like the only one that can get around protected outwit stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's our Nick Fury now.
Exactly.
He's the Nick Fury we deserve.
Yeah. I know. That's
Oh,
funny.
man.
Really, talking about the Batman, the Batarang one. If I have a Zatanna, make the two bats with the. And I want.
The bats have what?
The bats
Yeah.
have enhancement and shape change. So
Okay.
I see where he's going with this. You bring it. You get the Batman. The Batman
Uh-oh.
attacks the first time for -1 for a free action with the Batarang. That's 4 damage with 2 bats next to him. I gotta check. I'm not sure if it's like his printed damage, so don't quote me on this just yet. But then, of course, the second attack, that's an actual action, is
Yeah.
going to be for 5 damage.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, it doesn't. I'm looking at the. I'm just looking at realms, but it doesn't show. It doesn't say printed.
Oh man,
Yeah. Oh man.
make a range -1 damage. Sure,
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm getting +2, +3 if I feel like it. And I say +3 because another character I don't think anybody should be sleeping on is Maxi Zeus. Because
he's a rare, right? Or
he's an uncommon, and he makes stone harpies, and they have 6 range, invulnerable with 16 defense, 2 damage, but he has enhancement as well, right? And they're autonomous. So if you're smart about
what's the symbol for autonomous now?
it's like a hand with a bar across it, kind of like Fist Indomitable almost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of the tricks I was pulling off with it I was playing in a sealed WKO this weekend, and I had him on my team. I would bring out the 2 tokens in a turn. So one is a free action at the rim of elevated terrain, and I only used High Noon Saloon with this team. Then I would take a power action, bring another one out, but then I would give them both a move action that does nothing. And that's fine because they both have an action token. So what'll happen is if I can attack with them the next turn, they both push to death. And then I bring out 2 more because he does have a max 2 on him. Like you can only have 2 of them at a timeout, right? So, but I would still get 4 attacks in a single turn that don't count towards my action total.
That's a good idea. but you make 2 only if one of them is on an elevated, correct?
Right. And like I said, I was on the rim of High Noon Saloon with this.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty good.
happening.
I mean, yeah. In Vuln too, I'm like, it's not exactly easy to get around this.
No, you have to put so much work into killing these little 0-point pogs. Like, okay, so I have to perplex up my 2 damage.
Yeah, exactly.
In sealed, this set is mostly 2 damage.
That's true. But there's a lot of perplex. There's a lot of perplex.
There's a lot of perplex and a lot of enhancement in this set.
Yeah.
So don't take face value damage for what it is, guys.
That's true.
Yeah. And
is there anything good in the starters? In the starter?
I was shocked by the starters, first of all. As most of it felt like it was decent figures. There's a lot of big numbers on some of them. I think Joker caught me off guard because he's got a critical hit that goes +3 to his damage in addition to the critical damage. So it's like +4 damage on a critical hit. Like, have fun with this.
Is that the one Is that the one that only takes? Or is that the one that can heal? One of them heal. There's a Joker that heals, I think, right?
There's definitely a Harley that like you can roll a die and put her on that click number. I remember that. You might.
That's the one. It's the Joker. This is the one. When he takes maximum 2 damage,
Really
and he generates and he gets to heal 1 if there are more of these Joker bombs around the map.
Yeah.
So
okay.
He could be good. He
could
be good.
As a starter figure, the maps are great. The new rules.
So how does that exactly work?
Okay, it's hard to explain, but the way it works is you pay. The maps have these abilities that you pay points for. They average about 5 points per each of these maps. If you win map roll, you use this map and you get that whatever it was, that ability.
Bonus, right?
If you lose map, there's something called the consolation, where you don't get the big effect, but you get some kind of partial effect that's very similar. So, for instance, the penguin in the Penguin's Lounge with the water and everything like that, he makes like 4 penguin tokens if you control a penguin, and you use that map. Yeah. Or sorry, not 4 penguin tokens. You can use penguin tokens. There's like seals that have plasticity or like shape changes. They're like super strong.
You say seals?
Seals. That's just, I did not stutter. They are seals. Hold on. I have them right here. Let me just
because I haven't looked at it. That's why.
Yeah. Let me just
play. You've played 3 maps. One you use, 2 you can use. 3 maps have some bonus.
Can you pay for? It's only one location, right? Like you can pay. You can't have like 3 different locations.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to work it for tournaments, like where you have the 3 maps. You pay for one, but if you don't use that map, are you going to get that effect?
Yeah,
they got a little explaining to do for tournament. Okay, so you see the tokens were. It was the penguin. You get the Emperor Penguin, who has.
Sweet.
By the way, these are all autonomous.
Oh man, okay. We gotta I gotta look at these.
Emperor Penguin, which is aquatic movement, 5 movement with Force Blast, 9 attack, autonomous on the attack, 16 defense with toughness, 1 damage. The Puffin is 7 movement with flight, autonomous, smoke cloud, 15 defense with willpower, and tiny. And then there's the Seal, who is aquatic with 6 movement with plasticity, 10 attack, autonomous, 16 defense with super senses, and 3 damage.
So you gotta have a. So how do you get these? Like you gotta have a penguin.
Plus 5 points. You use the Iceberg Lounge at the beginning of the game. Generate 2 Iceberg Lounge bystanders in distinct squares of water terrain closer to your starting area than any other, and the closest is 3 squares away from your starting area. By the way.
Okay.
If your starting force has a character named the Penguin, you may generate up to 4 instead Iceberg Lounge bystanders.
And we also have a penguin that makes penguins.
That's right. The penguin that makes that Emperor Penguin.
But there's also the Joker's Wild Penguin that makes penguins.
Yes, there's that one too. Yeah.
So this seems like your team, Jason. This totally seems like you. It's just like there's like pogs, like more pogs.
So my super rare penguin costs 45 points now, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
Oh, and I get 4 seal tokens. Deal with it.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Right up. So, on the subject of ridiculous stuff that I do, I want to share the story of my WKO from this past weekend because it was a sealed and it was in Batman. And it's funny that you brought up the bystander token because my team consisted of first of all, in my first pack, I pulled a Hot Girl Chase, along with Batman Beyond and the rare Bruce Wayne. Now I don't know. If you're familiar, like half my team was made.
Yeah.
So Hot Girl ended up being on the sideline of my team because I went with Alfred for 20 points.
You have too much good stuff. I get it.
I basically had a small constructed team because I was at the rare Robin for 75 points and the Maxi Zeus. So on a team that I pulled and sealed, I had 3 characters that generated bystander tokens.
Is it theme team though?
It was a 5-figure Gotham City theme team.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, you do have
5 rods.
I had 5 theme props.
But
I had
doesn't
props on board, and then I had Bruce Wayne, who allows me to re-roll
Oh,
the attack
that's
with the
beautiful.
Batman Beyond.
How you lost it? Really? How you lost it?
How did I only get second? Is the question I have for myself.
Because the guy had a constructed Justice League team.
Actually, what he had was a team with a ton of perplex, a ton of extra damage, and the commissioner Barbara Gordon, who with a power action makes police team ability ignore hindering, and he was attacking with his Harvey Dent, who would get like an 8 range, 5 damage, and
It's a pretty strong DA right there.
yeah, it's the most district of attorneys, to say the least. But and like having now played this team and experienced how autonomous works, I can't wait for more autonomous bystanders because my turns are going to take 8 years.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and that's at the. I thought they wanted to make this simpler. They're just making it more complicated.
These actions aren't complicated. There's just a lot of them.
Well, it can get, because then they can do everything now.
Just imagine you have lots of characters, lots of bystanders that are autonomous. They hit, they miss. When they miss, they bring someone from the sideline that can perplex again another character and start to.
I also want to point out with my dice rolls and my number of autonomous attacks, Hawkgirl showed up 3 out of 4
all the time,
games,
right?
3 out of 5 games. And
Man.
incidentally, always seemed to show up when Alfred had him power. So the average birds were dealing 2 damage in their flurries.
So they're not average?
They're not so average birds anymore. Mr. Wayne, these buds need some more strength, if you will.
Wow, that's cool. These things have flurry, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just talk about the chase quickly.
Yeah.
The chase Aquaman makes fish.
Yes.
They are tiny but have force blast.
Yeah. They can force blast other tiny guys.
They can.
You think they did that on purpose, just to be like, here's an inside joke or something? Like, look.
I feel like there's some kind of a joke where it's like, I almost feel like the fish should just deal knockback regardless of their size, just because the idea of a fish flopping in your face makes you go, oh, what?
I know, right? That's
right?
pretty funny.
But it only really affects like Ant-Man, where he's like, that's a big fish.
Yeah, because there's a lot of bystanders right now that are just regular size. So yeah, these things don't do anything.
Yeah. Even the Colossal Carnage, that it's 10 points, make you symbionts that are normal size.
Yeah, and the Walking Woods are normal size.
Yeah.
The Harpies are normal size. Like, that's interesting.
I mean, is there any characters that we're just flat out carrying right now? We don't use things like Atomica right now.
Nope. Like just straight up tiny things.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, because everything's colossal, so it's the actual.
I was gonna say.
So this is
huge.
I wonder if this is like really just like it's like a joke. It's like, look, Aquaman still is Aquaman. Come on.
Yeah. But I also want to point out that Aquaman can, I think it's free action, make 3 squares of water terrain. He can bring out 3 fish, I think it was, at once, and then he has him power while he's adjacent to the fish. So I think the real joke is, what?
Yeah, he does generate six water terrain markers.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, King Shark has a new friend.
Yep.
No, it's
30 points too. So he's a little bit more mobile than King Aquaman. So.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
And I think, yeah, he's super mobile because the King Aquaman won't move if you bring him out.
Exactly. Yeah. This guy can actually do something. He's got empowered.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I got water's right there. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, I know. Yes. Oh man.
You bother me, kid. Oh man. But like having seen the Troubalert in action, it feels a lot stronger. I already knew it was pretty strong, and then you look at the characters like, well, they're not that strong, and then you bring them out. It's like, oh no, they're pretty good. They're pretty damn good.
There's gonna be like a tension, right? Because if you're playing let's say X-Men with like 7 IDs, you don't have room for
Oh yeah,
all
no.
these guys, you know.
So like
you gotta choose. You gotta pick a lane.
Yeah, you do have to pick a lane. So if you're going with like the X-Men team, Troubler's off your radar. That's just
You might fit one.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
one. Make it
Yeah.
Firestorm. That's the best. That's the best option. I
Yeah.
think. I mean, you might not even need Firestorm given how much perplex that team already has.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
You can hold your opponents. The Wonder Woman, because you can like base your enemies with other characters, make Wonder Woman give like 2 action tokens and hold an Unimind for a turn or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know the Wonder Woman's extra leadership.
Yeah.
Somehow you've lost out on it. And you know Green Lantern adds TK, an enhancement for your Cyclops, because your Cyclops has more power, right?
Oh jeez. Yeah,
But
oh man.
like we were saying, this is very unlikely outcome. So, because you know it takes room on this. So if you're going ID heavy, you're not likely to see this. If you're going ID light, like not Blackbird level, but maybe you've got a Unimind with 3 or 4 IDs, you might have 5 or 6 characters on the sidelines. So you have like 2 or 3 openings for this.
Bunch of pogs too.
Yeah,
they just attack and they miss, and then all right, here's the guy.
Yeah, or you know you're playing like my nonsense that I played in Canadian Nationals. Then you have no sideline. Then you have 9 of these guys.
Oh jeez.
No, but really, isn't because you have to miss 3 attacks?
Yeah.
I could do that.
You know, will this be like the? It's gonna be a change. It's gonna be a change in like how people like when they play. No, like when they play, it's like they're not gonna be sad that they missed all these attacks because they get something in return. So I guess it's gonna be kind of weird. We're like, oh, I missed my 3rd attack. Oh, that sucks. So here's my guy.
Are you kidding? I was treating misses like you've played Magic. I was treating misses like storm counters.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Like, okay, storm counts number 1. What are you doing? Well, I missed once.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, jeez.
Missed twice.
Really,
And just watching my opponent go, oh no, if he misses again, the hot girl's coming.
but really, if you are using like a Groot, the Walking Woods have Flurry, so it's like 2 attacks already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have
and if
attacks,
they, yeah, that's true. It's good if you hit, but it's not bad if you miss.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like so many strategies these days have been win more. Where it's like I'm winning, I'm going to do extra good things. This is like I'm not winning. I need some help. Could somebody help me, please?
It's a Troubalert.
Yeah, it's like come on. Yeah, so it's a great. Now that said, overall the set is so good as a sealed set, just on pure quality of life when you're playing in sealed. Like I haven't seen anybody who didn't have a chance with what they pulled, and I haven't seen anybody who's gonna completely dominate with what they pulled.
Was everybody playing like 8 or 9 pieces or what? Like 7, 8 pieces?
Well, I mean, I had 5 on board plus a sideline. Devin's
so 6.
Devin's team had 7.
Okay.
But like I said, I played against a Batman Beyond, 2 Batman Beyonds, and a Zatanna, so that was 3 figures on the team. I played against a team that had a Zeta and a Firestorm and like 3 other things, so like 5 figures on the team. So
I feel like it's just more and more.
There's a spread on this set. Like you can get as few as 3 or as many as like 7 or 8.
Yeah. Okay. Especially if you pull henchmen, right?
Yeah. But and at the same time, if you're using 7 or 8, Devin won with most of his packs, right? Like 7 of his 10 figures he used, and he won. So not out of this set for sure, because a lot of those small guys are the guys that are giving you your perplexes, your outwits, your PD team abilities, your stuff that you need to win.
Is he a local guy for you? Like, does he play where you guys play?
Well, he plays in Toronto. He comes out to our venue on a semi-regular basis, especially for bigger events. Like he'll be at Provincials this weekend. I unfortunately will not be. Busy life right now. And
Jay's judging it, right?
Jay is judging it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's actually still in Vegas right now. Speaking of, you just
Vegas.
came out of Stomping Vegas, eh, Patrick?
Yeah. Just came out of hiding. Because there's like first of all we got no there's no like Whiskets opens around here, and there's like one or two around here, but they're sealed, and the one that was closest was Avengers Infinity sealed. So I'm like, there's no way. Yeah, I'm like, no. So the next stop was Vegas, and it was constructed. I was like, okay, cool. I wanna check it out. So I talked to PJ a little bit about the Blackbird he was playing because our builds were similar, and I've been testing a version of it, but I played it like quite a bit differently than he did, and he kind of enlightened me. But Aaron steered me into playing Dupe instead of like Moira Thug because
Interesting.
when we were playing, I used almost every game I would use up all my theme team probs like right away within like 3 turns. They're all gone. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna put Dupe in there because it's just a dedicated prop, so I don't have to like token all my guys. But like one of the cool things about him is not only can he do something with his like special power, but uh, I I use him sometimes to call in Leech, so that like a 50-point guy doesn't have to call it in, or I don't have to use the real boy with the Blackbird because I usually need it for like a turn.
Yeah.
And also, if having 2 Moiras, they can't call in Leech. So
Yeah.
so basically my build, slight difference. So I have like one less ID card, and I don't have Thug, so I'm +6 instead of +7, and I have 7 ID cards instead of 8. But I played the Beast student ID instead of they have Rusty and Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
But what like I was telling Jay, and it's like, what if they just kill the Jet on turn 1 or 2, like right away? Now you just have 7 ID cards. Like you cannot call in Jean Grey ever. So you're just -1 no matter what.
Yeah.
If they don't kill it, then you still have to build up to that 60. What if you don't roll it? Then it's harder. Beast is also it's the uncommon Beast, by the way. That guy was like one of my MVPs. I don't see many people using him, but he's really good. He has a charge with the special quake, where it's +1 attack or extra damage. So I've used both the whole game, like the whole tournament. But one of the little known things to make sure you hit is if he's the first one to attack, all your X-Men get +1 to their attack for the turn. So I make sure when he comes out, he comes in and quakes everyone, and then either using the extra damage or just +1 attack. And then now all the X-Men for the whole turn have plus. So it's like basically free perplex for like put 2 Wolverines and the real boy that you called in or whatever. And if you do it against the Mystics, he takes 1 and he gets perplexed on the second click. So I called him in almost every game just to make sure I'm gonna hit. And he can quake if there's a bunch of Pogs or somehow Colossals get up there. He can quake all of them. So
Awesome. Yeah.
So it was definitely
fun. And you piloted the Quinjet itself with extreme dominance. How do you feel about this one in comparison to the Quinjet? Like, do you think this flies a little better than Quinjet, or is Quinjet?
It's way different because of how they. Well, number one, obviously the point values on the two are way different, right? Like the Quinjet is a tank. This is an actual like plane,
like a paper airplane.
Yeah, exactly, like a hang glider or something, because they could just blow it a kiss and it dies. But because they changed the rules of how they did the ID cards, you know how before had to be at the beginning of the turn, you have to have no action, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have to basically build a team specifically so you can utilize those rules. Now, because they're just like, nope, you can just do whatever you want. So it's actually a little bit easier in that sense because you don't have to plan that far ahead. Mm-hmm. And the free action, the power action for the real boys are that takes some getting used to, because used to just like, I'll just fly up there and then just free call on someone and just kill them. Here, you have to just
Fury, how you doing?
Yeah, and having 3 or 4 leaderships, man, in the 6 rounds I played, I actually cleared twice. Just
oh my God.
where like you just clear, because all like, and this is like all because 3 or 4 leaderships, you're always rolling. You're always going to roll to get it off. And the couple times where I did push it where they pop out, they would like, oh, you took one, and then they hit it for 4, and then it's just dead. So there's also that where I don't get to clear because they killed it. But man, yeah, that part is really nuts. Just like taking the tokens off, and also the whole Cyclops thing is pretty ridiculous. Get +2 to everything.
I had to deal with Kenji, so I understand way too well how that Cyclops works.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, if he just ignored hindering, he'd be completely busted.
Well, then they can go ahead and keep that hindering off of him. Thank you very much.
I know, man. But yeah, having to play, like, just basically having access to 3 Cyclops in a game is it might be better than Wolverine, maybe, just because Cyclops can just cannon shot people, whereas Wolverine you usually can't because he has to get up close. So Cyclops can do it from far, and it's pen blast. Wolverine is not pen blast. He actually has to go through invincible or imperv and invulnerability or toughness. Cyclops can just. All right, you just take 5 right through. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the free attacks too. So obviously, you kill the jet, pops out. He gets he's doing 10 damage. 1 for pen blast, 1 with precision strike, and it could go up to 6 if you use reflex. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
So glad so many figures only take 1 damage these days.
I know.
Right? 10. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's so weird because you wouldn't think like a 3-click dial like him would be vile, like, oh, he's 50 points, 3 clicks, and he's just soft. But you hide him in the jet, man. He's like hard to kill.
Yeah, you play keep away with him. Like even on the Lila Cheney build, I was just trying to chase it down. It's like, get back here! And
I know
it didn't help that Kenji was a positional genius when he was playing against me because. My team was heavily reliant on colossal retaliation, so it's like he would pick off one of my walking woods and then move into this corner in the underground map. It's like, okay, so I'm not gonna be able to colossal retaliate because I can't even place my character there.
Oh yeah,
you clever little bastard.
But you did well with that team, right?
I went 3-2, and I think one massive error really cost me any chance at a 4-1. So,
but I like that. I like there was someone that was playing in States that played the exact list because he read it and he's like, I like this team.
The exact list?
Yeah, the exact list.
I've inspired somebody. I feel good now.
Yeah.
My monster mash did it.
Well, because he had like it's a kid. He's like 14, but he like his main thing that he had was a Carnage. So he's like, I really want to play Carnage. But obviously he didn't want to play it at 10 points because it's like I don't get to really play it. I was like, well, look at this team, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta play this team."
Yeah,
So.
I'm a little 100-point Carnage friendly right now. Amber had me build her team for nationals this year too, and it was also had 100-point Carnage. So,
Great team.
Amber's just said she really liked the team, but if you get a team for me, you're probably gonna hear the words 100-point Carnage come out of my mouth. And maybe Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
That dude is way underrated. I want to tell you this because his ability to snipe pogs is laugh-inducing. Got 6 range, guys. Tiago, if I remember correctly, with Rock World Cup, you've got terror nightmares from Tony Zuko shooting from range, right?
Oh man. But actually, the Tony Zuko problem, I think, was with Pedro, not with me.
Oh, it was Pedro. You're the one who was shooting him, right? You caused the nightmares?
Because it was on the Rock event in Brazil that qualified the Rock World Cup. Was me and Pedro. I was using the Worm. He was using Jaquin and Goblin. On the last turn, before the time was called, we were tied on point. I was losing for 10 points because of 2 ID cards. I have the Nightwing making the Tony Zuko. And I was like, okay, my Tony Zuko will shot your Goblin. Then, no, Tony Zuko doesn't have range. No, it has. No damage. No, it has 2 damage. Then I was like, okay, if you read this, the Goblin dies and I lost. Yeah. Then I rolled a 6 and the 7. I probably rolled a 6 again. And the time was called, I lost that game. But he was like, oh my god, Tony Zuko make me lose this game. Wow.
Are you guys having a Brazilian Cup? Whoops.
The,
Hold on.
first, we need to wait the nationals that will be now in August. Then we have our Whiskies Open in September, and maybe probably on October we have the Brazil.
So pretty close to Rock Cup, you get that last chance through the
Yeah.
You said
Brazilian
September?
Cup.
September,
Was it
right?
September? I think you said October, early October.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
early October.
September will be a Whiskies Open. October the Rock Cup
Oh,
probably.
okay. Okay.
Have
cool.
things improved distribution wise? I know there were some issues down in Brazil where things were a little pricey. Is that still kind of the issue right now, or have things gotten better?
The things are getting better to get events, and now we had like 2 Whiskies Opens, a Nationals, but our was like July. Was events in July, in August, in September, and October. So 1 event per month. It's good. But
Yeah.
the price of the material is getting really bad because we don't have any store selling it. So we have to buy the stuff from outside of Brazil. And the dollar is really high for when you compare to the real. So like, oh, I want to buy, like, for example, a Chase Star Fox. It's like $80 now, I think.
80, 90, something like that, like a buck a point.
So this in Brazil is like near 250 reais.
Wolf.
So it's like expensive because the minimum wage is like a 25% of the minimum wage.
Yikes. You know what? Just avoid building Wolverine-based teams down there. You're in for a bit of a shock. That's
Actually,
that guy is.
These days, I trade my unicorn Deadpool for a zombie team base, a Wolverine.
So is the zombie team based on Wolverine and what?
Avengers dice and token pack.
I feel like you got the better end of that deal once you got the Wolverine.
Yeah.
At least now I have a full zombie team base.
Fair point.
Oh, it was a full zombie team base.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just picturing the piece of plastic.
No, a full zombie.
Oof.
Wait, you traded? What was it you traded? Say it again.
A unicorn Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh, unicorn Deadpool for a full zombie base
And a Wolverine.
and a Wolverine
and an Avengers Dice token pack.
Oh man! Oh, that is a trade right there.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. That's it. States has been happening. It's been very exciting seeing some of the results. You know what I love about the states and provincials season is that there's a lot of teams that make you go, huh? And there's a lot of teams that go, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. So now we haven't had ours like local provincial tournament yet.
You're having it next week, right?
Yeah, ours is actually this coming weekend.
Okay.
Jay's judging that one. I'm unfortunately going to be absent, but that's okay. I'm not defending Ontario. I've usually judged the Ontario one. So we'll see if the Rat King and Hell Cow can take it this year. Almost happened last year. I just want to say. And when I say things like that, what I do love about the states and provincials is that they do get a little bit more localized. Like some players do travel across state lines because some players are closer to state lines than others.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that more frequently. But there's more of a reflection of local meta in this, I find. And I know, has anything caught you guys like, oh my gosh, by surprise in what we've seen in results so far? Or does this kind of seem what you expected? I'll let Tiago start on this one.
One thing that I saw like
Oh, we lost you.
Sorry?
You sound kind of cuts in and out.
I'm seeing lots of main gogs appearing. And last year, if you see, was only Carnage, and now I have Mangogs from out of nowhere.
Just to let you guys know that Tiago has been putting together the list. He just sent it to me, like the complete list of all the all the lists of the states and provincials so far. So he has like intimate knowledge of all this.
He's been watching. He's been learning.
Yeah.
And I think a team like your WKO team would be afraid of the Mangog, given the effect that Mangog has on the general X-Men.
Yeah.
Build.
So I think that's the plan. But if you play the Blackbird correctly against things like that, if you win the map, they shouldn't be able to retaliate with Mangog on you. Like,
yeah,
if they do, that means you're doing wrong, because the move is you're supposed to move the jet into the ring. Do what they're supposed to do on their side. Doesn't matter, because you probably won't lose very much, just because Wolverines have stop clicks and the negative modifiers on the going through the ring and stuff. And then what you do is the next turn is you use whoever you have left to call in Prime Professor X, and you triple target the Mangog, Surtur, Groot, whoever, and they all die.
Mm-hmm.
I actually when all this stuff came, Tiago was the one that pointed that out in an article. Yeah, you talked about that, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That's something you can do.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing that ever since. So that's the Mangog shouldn't be a problem against if you're playing the X-Men correctly. At least, in my estimation, because I went up against 2 Mangogs too, and they didn't do anything, because the second turn I just killed them.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like Mangog on its own is a massive threat, but it's a threat that can be managed. And once you deal with that threat, if they don't have something else to follow that up, then Mangog was wasted, except by being a big red target on his head. Oddly enough, his face is red.
Just Jason, why on the Rock Cup last year, I was playing on the top 32, I guess, against Mike White, if I'm not wrong. He was playing Unimind and Mangog. I was playing Unimind and 2 Carnage. First or second turn, I KO'd his Mangog. He stop a little. Stop. Now I know what Mangog does. Mangog dies, and I can't KO your Carnage, and I ID card, and I'm still losing.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Is sometimes you look at the effect a figure has, and I think that one of the biggest weakness Mangog does have is the fact that he's unique. I think that actually hurts him, because you can't put like 2 on a team to try to have that backup plan. So, yeah, he dies. He dies good.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a 19 defense in perv, right? So, but I mean, with Professor X, that's why that Brood Professor X is should be. I don't think in like currently in the format, if you're playing another Prime, then it's, to me, an uphill battle, because you need to be able to call in that Professor X to deal with the back row of opposing guys, because there could be a Surtur on that side, a Groot, Carnage, Mangog, whoever. So if you can just get rid of 3 out of the 4, let's say, then for 5 points, it's so much easier than having to, because then if you don't have that and you're playing another kind of Prime, then Mangog is gonna kill the whole team in one shot.
Yeah.
And also, the Blackbird gives +2 range to your team, right?
Yes.
So the 10 range for the Brood Professor.
Yep, absolutely.
Gross.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill a bunch of colossals. Oh, by the way, here's some bystanders, and see you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Every round there was there's always hatchlings carrying my guys around. It's really cool.
Yeah. And that's always been like, I kind of look at this Brood X issue with the team that I was playing at Canadian Nationals, and I think my big thing about that was like I think my method of dealing with it was winning map. It was the best option I had. If I didn't win map with my team, Brood X was gonna do his thing, right?
Right. Yeah. So it's just hard. It's hard against X-Men. Wait, you're a monster though, right? So you actually have a chance to win. Yeah.
Because I get like, my team was a +7, and I didn't lose map at all the entire go.
That's good. That's actually really good.
Yeah. But that was lucky, because I think when Kenji came the closest to me in theme team, because he had a +5.
Okay, there you go.
He was +5, and like it took us a couple rolls to figure it out, because like he would roll 2 like on dice, two higher than me, which would make a tie because I was two higher than him. So I was like, okay, well, let's roll again. All right, let's roll again. Let's roll again. Okay, now I win.
You needed a cushion to win, right? Because he tied you every time.
Yeah. And then, like, I think the first 2 rounds I played against Theme Team, then the other 3 rounds, my opponents didn't have Theme, and I'd roll the dice. It's like, well, I rolled a 6, so you can't win. So, because, with the +7, with the 6, I got a 13. If you don't have a Theme Team, you can't win.
Right. No, yeah, that's true.
Even with a critical. And so, like, some person's like, yeah, well, I rolled a 12. It's like, that's cool. My 6 is a 13, so probably should save that for the game.
That's funny.
Yeah. Just to ask a question for you guys. On the New York States, Isaac won with the Staho. What do you guys think about this? The Staho.
Which point value is he at?
The
100?
100. Yeah, that was the one I thought if it was going to do anything, it was going to be the 100-point dial that did something.
Right. I don't know what he does because we don't. I mean, I didn't go to anything. I don't have any of this stuff.
Yeah, I didn't have him myself, but I've looked at him because at one point Amber really wanted to use him. The first thing we tried to do was use a 200-point dial to attempt to pull off a Shumagarath type strategy, which doesn't work in the current meta.
He's not Shumagarath.
He's not Shumagarath, first of all. Second of all, Surtur. Like Colossals have a problem with Surtur in general. Like if Surtur can get a Colossal Retaliation off, he gets 2 attacks on a Colossal. That's
okay.
That's a little rough, right?
Does Starro have different actual dials?
Yeah, well, the 100-point dial is different from like there's like 3 dials. There's a
that's weird. Yeah,
100 point, and then there's a 100-point dial that also leads into a 25-point dial.
Oh, okay. Because there's like these are way different. I'm looking at them like, wait, where's the line where it starts? But they're not. Okay.
Yeah, it's very wacky dial. It's actually probably easier to look at the WizKids version of it.
Was it a WizKids Open or a States?
Was States.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Now I can look at what because I have your list, so I can see what he played.
New York.
So,
it's Staho, Star Fox, Unseen, Mjolnir, Mangog, Pink Pocket Tank, Cyclops IG, and Jean Grey IG.
Is it theme? Cosmic, huh?
Cosmic, the keyword, the new mystical, as it were.
Yeah.
I know, right? Oh, jeez. What was his strategy of doing? I want to know how he played it. That's it would be interesting too.
My first build for Brazilian Nationals was really similar to this one. I was going to play Staho, Star Fox, Unseen, Mjolnir, but instead of the main idea is the Walking Woods carry the Starfights, the Unseen carry the Starfights. When the Starfights are adjacent to an opposing character, you can KO the Starfight and mind control any opposing character adjacent to him. So you pull the character in the line of sight for the Star Fox KO the guy. And you also can like Unseen carry the Starfight. I make the mind control on the other side of the map and drop a tank in on you.
Oh, this is the Colossal Retaliation guy too, right? Like his
the last click is a stop click with retaliation on it.
Oh, okay.
With a mind control retaliation that you trigger the mind control in the first place. Then after you're done with that, you mind control one of their Colossals.
And he can mind control from 10 range.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
On the retaliation.
Yeah, so he doesn't retaliate far. He just kind of goes, eh. And it's kind of, I'm going to take that and that one over there. Yeah, cool.
Do you know how many people were there?
No idea.
It might matter if there's only like 8, like 6 or 8 people. So I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes the numbers matter. Sometimes, it's this. We are talking about Isaac, so that we do have to remember this is the current U.S. national champ, and now New York state champ. So he's not a bad player, guys. He's also a former Rock World Cup champ.
Yeah.
So, but I do get where the questioning is like, did he just kind of come in and bully everybody out? Thanks
Can
for
you
the question.
imagine Isaac being a bully? That's kind of, it's like totally not.
Have you
his-
seen him play against other players?
Oh no! Is he?
Oh
Does he-
man, he's a.
All right.
You know, everybody he beats looks like they've been bullied.
True.
It's like he was so mean about it. He just ruthless and uncontrolled.
There's a picture of him playing against Jason.
Yeah, Jason King.
Yeah, and the picture is awesome because Jason looks like, oh man, I'm losing to a kid.
That was, I think he mentioned it in the champ chat discussion with Jay, where he said the player he's the most worried about beating is Jason. I'm like, well, Jason's a big puppy dog. Don't worry about that. If Jason rages, I think everybody's going to go out of the way to stop him from crushing poor little Isaac. But it won't happen. It won't happen. But when you're the size of a young man like him, it can be daunting to see all these like 8-foot tall adults around you, and you just get a little nervous, like, oh, they're so big. Oh, he's in a bad mood now because he's losing. And what's he gonna do to me? I get that feeling. I get that. Like, I get that with some of the guys I've played against. It's like, oh, this guy's pissed. I'm sure some people have had that against me, where it's like, oh, is Jay okay? It seems pretty angry. And it's like, it's one of those games where the dice are just doing what my dice do. And it's just like I'm not handling it well. Like most of the time it's like, well, yep, that missed. Okay, cool. Here we go. I'm resigned to my fate most of the time. All right. But I'm about ready to move on to the fan questions. But if there's anything else you guys want to cover before we move on, Patrick, anything you want to?
No, let's go for it.
All right, Thiago, anything?
Let's go.
All right, so before we go to the fan questions, I do have to do a little bit of a plug. First, I want to say we have our Patreon at patreon.com/madewithclicks. If you want to support us there, our patron hangout is actually just around the corner in August, and that is going to be August 5th. So that's actually not far away at all. Oh my gosh. Sunday, August 5th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To get in on that, check us out at patreon.com/madewithclicks. Any level patron is that event is available to you. You get to join us on a hangout, kind of like what Patrick and Thiago are doing with me, and you get to ask me and Amber just any old questions you feel like asking, and we will answer it under the influence of alcohol.
Ooh.
As we do, and I will probably over answer, and I will probably answer a question you didn't ask while I'm actually answering the question that you asked. Go watch some of the old ones. They're all archived on the YouTube channel. We'll start talking about, like, somebody asked me about a figure, and then I probably within the first 2 minutes I'm done talking about the figure, and now I'm talking about my trip to Ohio.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, so I want to know. I want to know what's up with Ronnie.
What's up with Ronnie? His forehead tastes delicious. There's picture evidence that I have tasted it.
That's funny.
He's a wonderful young man, and I don't remember that picture being taken or doing that. Speaking of under the influence of alcohol.
That's why.
Does he make sense?
That's neither here nor there, and that's none of your business. Thank you very much. Thiago, on the other hand, he makes a hell of a sandwich. I still can't believe the microphone was on when I said that. Amber's like, the microphone is on. That's one thing I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss doing the commentary at Rocktober this year because I'm not going to be able to make it down this year. Hopefully next year.
Oh, really? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Hopefully next year I'm a little bit more available because apparently commentary is not something that's very common in HeroClix and needs a lot of work. I'm actually considering doing an episode on how to do HeroClix commentary because I appreciate the effort done by the guys who are doing commentary on the live stream with U.S. Nationals. But there's a lot of focus that needed to occur, and just kind of a little work needed to get done on that.
You know what? I think part of the reason is they're just not familiar with the competitive metagame. So
absolutely, yeah.
And because of that, they're not going to know. So I mean,
yeah, and that's that. You know, like I said, I might do an episode where I'm talking. Like I just give a friendly lesson. It's like, hey, a lot of people are streaming HeroClix, so let's talk about how to the best ways and best things to do during HeroClix commentary.
I don't know why you don't. I feel like you guys should be doing that.
I feel like me and Amber should be doing it more frequently, or me and a partner. I can
Edward,
do it with
you and Edward.
No, we need somebody who's not going to hijack the stream. Love you, Edward.
Hello.
He has a habit of just hijacking the conversation.
Oh yeah.
No, we've actually done commentary together before, and it was really good. So I'm actually giving him a hard time about his appearances on my show. Because
I love listening though, because when he goes off on his rants, they're epic.
Absolutely, he's a good color man to my analysis, to say the least. Actually, I do miss it. Next year, hopefully, I'm a little bit more available to do more of them. The problem is, of course, depends on how well I'm doing in the play, right? Because
that's true.
That is the biggest problem, and Edward has mentioned this. The biggest problem we have as far as commentary is concerned for this game is that the best commentators are playing the game.
Of course. Yeah, that's right. Because if you're not playing, you're not going to know.
Right. And it's a really hard thing to keep a running knowledge of the game and manage commentary. That's kind of why I want to put out a big public lesson for everybody to be like, this is what I do, what I consider when I'm doing commentary, and everything like that. And the most important thing is the first thing you do when you're doing commentary on a live stream, you're in front of a computer. Get a website open that has your stats. Get HC Realms open and be ready to read the characters on the fly. Because once you understand what the character does on the first click, and then what all the other figures around him do, and then you have kind of an idea, you can actually read the board. Like for the first year I did commentary on the Rock World Cup, I didn't have the microphone going into my ear to listen in on, because last year was the best commentary I've ever done because I had a microphone on the table and I was listening to what was going on in the game while I would keep my partner.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's I was gonna say, yeah. Oh, that's good. So you know what's happening.
So I knew what was happening. The year before, there was a lot of speculation, but a lot of speculation
sign language
based on, I forced the players to like point at things and do
sign language, right?
Some level of guesswork. It's like, okay, so he pointed at that, so he's likely perplexing that character because that character has perplex, and it's just a matter of what's going to happen. And then I'm trying to like really glance at the dial, like, okay, so it looks like he's on click 5, so he perplexed up damage. I'm doing stuff like that. And I know there's a couple other players out there who are also really good at the commentary. Aaron Cantu is another one who could probably do a fantastic job because he's got a good knowledge for the game. But him, Edward, myself, even Mike White, who I was doing it with.
There's another guy. He doesn't. I mean, it's Aaron's partner. My opinion is like should be doing it. He's very knowledgeable, but he doesn't play.
Brandon, yeah.
He's amazing. It's just he doesn't play anymore. So
yeah. All right. So that said, let's actually move on to the questions. And before I do that, there's another form of question that we are opening up. If you check in the description below of the video, we have opened up a submission form for our questions for our new show called Move and Attack. And what Move and Attack is, I don't know if anybody's caught it. It's a show where when we go on a road trip, we're in a car for a long period of time. We like to kill the time somehow. So we're now allowing our fans to ask us questions that we'll answer with everybody, whoever's in the car on the road trip, to put together some content. We did it with our friends on the way to and from Canadian Nationals. There's 2 episodes up on the channel right now. And the submission is just a quick, ask us your question, and we'll just put it in a list, and I'll make sure we have the list when we're traveling. And we just kind of sit in the car and chit-chat about your questions. So
was that the one where I saw – was Emily in your car?
Yes, Emily and our friend Aiden was driving, yeah. So originally I was trying to put together documentary footage, as it were, and it's like, I'm never going to put this together. Who am I kidding? You know what I mean? It's like I want to do like the life of a HeroClix competitive player. It's like, it's a lot of work. Got to get music, I got to get rights, I got to do work, I got to actually edit it, and then I got to find out where I put all of these video files.
Yeah,
and then
true.
I got to not like stare into Tom's eyes while he's talking in some of these videos.
Yeah, like, man, he's using awfully big words.
Tom, just
I'm mesmerized.
Tom, just keep talking. Jay's talking now. Where am I? I do got to find the video of when I tried the cucumber rockstar.
Oh, interesting.
It was nobody believed me that it tasted okay. It was okay. Cucumber water was a popular thing at the time.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was based on the idea of that flavor. I mean, I'm kind of sad I can't find it anymore because it's also sugar free. It was very diet friendly. Anyway, that said, that tangent gone. We start with our questions on Facebook. If you are watching us live in the chat, big capital letters question, because it looks like some questions got asked and I might miss them. So I'm going to try my best to catch them all in the chat. But put capital letters question in front of it so it catches my eye. Michael Hilton, he wants to know, did anyone else notice that the Joker, Batman, and Grey Ghost powers spell out the voice actors' names? I know the Joker did. I didn't catch the Grey Ghost one. Did you guys catch the Grey Ghost one?
I think it's Adam West, right?
Yeah.
Was it Adam West who did Grey Ghost?
Adam West, yeah.
I think so.
Cool. Because I know the Joker had Mark Hamill in the first letter of all of it, but that was like the first one somebody caught on HC Realms.
In order for someone to actually find that, someone has to tip you off, right? Because you're not just going to look for that, right?
The first one, I think, started making everybody do it, because that's the thing. Like, the first guy who caught the tip off, he's the one that started everybody looking, I think. So, yeah, you're probably right.
Why would he even, like, it's weird. Why would someone even be looking for that?
Who knows? They were probably looking for some form of reference to Mark Hamill.
Right, yeah. Because I'm like, if they do that, then we look at Dark Knight Rises, one of the Batmans, say Christian Bale, you know? So, it's like weird.
I think some other Batman has the same stuff on the card. I think the Batarang Batman has something like that.
Amber just said that apparently is it Kevin Conroy it spells out? Yeah, the Batarang Batman spells out Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So neat little touch there in the game. You can tell they put a lot of love into the set, and that's why I think it turned out so good and sealed. All right. Next up, Sam Powell, the other half of Mr. Daniel Powell. Also another. She won WKO recently? No. She's won a lot as much as Dan. They're both on a tear this year.
Lost track.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It was like me when I first got introduced. She's like, he won a game. Who is this? Why does he keep winning? Whatever. She wants to know, what is the most overpowered meta piece right now? I know there's a lot of disagreement between a few of us. I just want to know your thoughts.
Overpowered?
Overpowered. Oof.
Someone go for it. Jeez.
Because I can't say any of the X-Men characters because they're all overpowered with other X-Men.
Right.
That's a
like
synergy.
Individually, no.
Individually, they're not.
My humble opinion, the Captain America, the Samantha Wilson one.
The Sam Cap?
Yeah, Sam Cap.
She breaks one of the fundamental rules of the game, that the rules of you can make actions after being carried. She breaks these rules.
Wasn't always a fundamental rule, I want to point out.
Yeah. Okay. When I played it is. But
that's true.
But you can combine her with the ID cards. So you can move like overdrive 16 square, 18 squares, and call in Wolverine in your face.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep. That's probably actually what I would say, because it's overpowered in the sense that she's doing things she has no business doing.
But here's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Do you think if there were no IDs, she would be as broken, let's say?
No.
Or would she just be regular good?
I saw her in action without IDs with PJ's team from U.S. Nationals, and she was still strong.
No, he did have IDs on that team though.
Did he?
Talking about last year's U.S. Nationals?
Yeah, like there's IDs on the team, but he wasn't using them in the same manner. I think IDs were still beginning of the turn at that point.
No, you're right. You're right.
And so
but to be fair, he also had Faust, so.
Yeah, okay. Good point. So he had two overpowered figures on his team.
Yeah. I guess Sam Cap would be the closest one, right?
Yeah. Breaks the fundamental rule of the game, does more than she probably should be doing in the game, is fundamentally still good even without what she does extra.
What about ID cards in general? Because I know in our chat there's people just, kind of like, hey, when are they going to put these things on the watch list? Like the headmaster traits should be unique. Things like that.
Yeah. I'm always kind of iffy. ID cards are reflective of how good the character you're bringing in is for a turn, right? So if they're making too many characters that are good for a turn, that's the problem with the ID cards.
Yeah, that could be. So I feel like as a mechanic, it sounded great in the beginning, and now that it's people have been perfecting the strategies of them, and they actually changed it from the beginning of the turn to just any time.
Yeah,
I think that change, where you don't have to do it at the beginning of the turn, I think that has made it too much. It's too strong.
I would agree that they're fundamentally way more powerful than they started as.
They used to be, yeah. Because before you have to have no action tokens, and it had to be at the beginning of the turn. I think that was fine. Now that they took the handcuffs off, it's I think it's too strong.
I push to ID card is not something I should be saying.
What's that?
I said I should not be able to say I push to
right.
ID card.
Yeah.
Right.
Thiago, anything else you want to add there?
No, just agreeing. I agree with him. ID cards figure. Only for a turn, but it's a turn that can win the game.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, next up, Michael Fedor, who is the Alpha patron. Oh, he actually mentions it. Hey, guys, your Alpha patron went well below expectations in Summer WKO yesterday on the 22nd of July. Let's see. But I pulled a Chase Hawkman. Okay, so I'm guessing he didn't do too well in this tournament. At the end of the Swiss tournament, I was offered a Green Lantern God of Light Chase. Did I make a good deal, or am I completely overestimating the value of the Super Friends theme team in the future? Well, okay, the theme team thing, not really going to be a thing. You're not going to see those guys starting on the board for the most part. I mean, one or two of them might see some play on board, like maybe Firestorm. But
because they're Justice League, right? They're Justice League. So maybe let's say in a year when there's like, let's say another Justice League set, maybe like these guys might be in because they're Justice League. Just like how when Xavier School came out, the Uncanny X-Men Magneto just shot up because everybody wanted to put Magneto with the Headmasters now.
Yeah.
So that could be one.
Another factor to put into fact too is on pure dollar value, you basically fleeced them because that Hawkman sank to like $35, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think these are all going to be going down just because they're so easy to get, and the Harley chases are tough, man.
Yeah,
they're highly desirable and they're tough to pull.
And like Harley's sold out right now, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So, and we got what, a good year and a half of them left, something.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe maybe the Green Lantern God of Light shows up on something. Who knows?
I thought I think that's a great trade that he. Yep. I was telling everybody in the store here, like, if these are the chasers are this easy to pull, you should just trade them for. I would trade them for like SR Wolverines and Cyclops straight up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thiago, your thoughts there? If you want to add on.
No, just agree with them.
You fleeced him. Probably not on purpose. One of those things is when he offers something like that, I'm hoping he understood the value of the figure he had, but I'm hoping he
at the time.
At the time
it was probably
also understood that his excitement level kind of increased because I've overtraded for a couple of these things too.
Of course, yeah. If it's something you really want, then I do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not like I had to force an overtrade when I was getting my Firestorm because the guy pulled a Firestorm. He was more interested in Batman Beyond and some of the animated series like direct stuff. So the first thing he wanted from me was the super rare Clayface and the rare Bruce Wayne, and I was like, please take more, please take more.
Okay, I'll take Batman. He goes, okay, I'll take Batman Beyond. You're all more.
Like, please take more.
Okay, I'll take 001 Batman. I think take more.
I think I ended up just like, here, take this Infinity, and yes, take one of my Golden Age figures. That's cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm happy now. I'm happy because the Infinity was the second one anyway, and nobody apparently wanted it. So yeah, I was perfectly content to trade it, and I'm happy to have the Firestorm. It's in a house that really wants it. All right. What do we got here? Okay, so B.A. McCoy, he has a question. He wants to know, hey there, becoming a huge fan of the show, do you guys feel Elseworlds and the new Batman have a lot of synergy due to the keywords and low point cost from the Batman the Animated Series for combos? If I remember correctly, Green Arrow is Gotham City keyworded. And there's a lot of Gotham City characters that could really help him out. I mean, like Harvey Dent's prob. I think he's Gotham City. You got enhancement and PD from Commissioner Barbara Gordon, who can give herself ignore hindering. So like when you're shooting at a guy in stealth, you get a PD bonus from that as well.
Yeah.
Like, and just put your like you can position one of these neat tricks is you put the PD guys in the front because I think Green Arrow ignores characters for line of fire, right?
Yep.
There you go. They can see the guy in front of him, and there's your PD bonus. You can get like your -3 on defense. Yes.
Yeah, you can easily get around the the boxing ring modifier with that for sure.
Yeah.
But I think the main problem with the Green Arrow is he needs to have a consistent way to take a token off him so he attacks every turn.
Well,
if
funny
not,
thing,
he's just sitting there.
I think Barbara has leadership.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to play. I guess you'd have to play like a bunch of leadership to try to just get tokens off of him, right?
Yeah. I do have to double check that. Don't quote me on the leadership just yet.
There is that 30-point Commissioner Gordon from Joker's Wild, which is actually perfect for Green Arrow because he has enhancement, leadership. He's 30 points, and he if he's the only one using the PD, then it's -2.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that.
Where is
just to share, I saw some of the results of the states, and like 2 or 3 teams are using Green Arrow and Bizarro Wonder Woman to take action tokens from
That
him.
is another one. Yeah, I did see some. You know what? That's not a bad idea, except for I don't like having to make an attack roll to remove something all the time. Because what if you miss? I guess it's the same as rolling leadership, so I guess it's not that bad. But that does take an action token, right? It's actual an action for her.
Yeah, it's a pawn action.
Yeah, so that I think that because you can only do it so much.
Yeah.
So.
Adding on where you said Commissioner Gordon was good, Commissioner Barbara Gordon also adds an additional leadership. She's only 35 points. She's also enhancement.
There you go.
And yeah, she's also Gotham City.
Yeah.
So go use the Commissioner Barbara Gordon and Commissioner Gordon and the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Slap on a Harvey Dent, you get your prob.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's something with Gotham City, right?
Gotham City. You know what? Completely forgetting that Green Arrow had Gotham City when we had the conversation prior,
like,
and now we're like theory crafting the Green Arrow build.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Jay has been like, no, nothing's good from that. Nothing. I'm like, no, there has to be something. There are like 4 sets with Gotham City Underworld, Batman Family. So there has to be something there.
Yeah.
And he just kept like fighting man, like, no, nothing.
He's stubborn.
Like,
and you know what?
There has to be something. There has to be something.
It's not barrier, but it's close. Maxi Zeus can put those tokens in, or those bystanders in front of him. So now you've also got an extra body blocker on the team and an additional enhancement. So you know what? Now we've got like 3 enhancements on this guy. Guess what you're using your range combat for? Range combat experts for attack, guys.
I know, right?
Because you're also doing -3 to defense.
So basically, you just need like Bat Knight or whatever to carry him, right, or something, because there's no way to carry him around.
Yeah, Bat Knight Bat Knight's a giant, so yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Why, like, listen to us theory crafting here.
There's got to be you got to do that. Remember you did those episodes. Remember when you used to do the okay, everybody comes up with a team.
Yeah, I might have to start that again.
You got to do that again, and it should be from these new keywords because it might get people to start getting their get the wheels rolling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason.
Yes.
On the Canada Nationals, you guys had someone playing a Gotham City themed team, right?
Which?
Some guy played a Gotham City themed team.
What was it though? Was it Green Arrow?
No, it was the Joker, the Ha one, the Ace, the Bathound, and
I think that might have been Drake.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a Drake. That totally sounds like a Drake team.
Sounds like a Drake team.
and the Penguin, the Fast Force Penguin. Besides that, he was using like 10 8 pogs and 9 ID cards.
Yeah.
What the hell? That is such a Drake team.
Round 1, Drake was beside me. I looked at him and I said, Drake, I don't get it. You have to draw a line of fire with your team. You have bystander tokens. What are you doing, Drake? You're using my team.
He's the one who played the like the triple Doctor Strange man thing last year, right?
Yeah, he played that after using the Doctor Strange and Man thing in Sealed.
That's what I'm saying. And he made it to the top 8. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
was so angry that he beat the crap out of me with that, and Sealed was like, I just need 1 damage off this man thing, and if I get that damage, you're gonna take mystics for it. This is bollocks. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm stuck here theory crafting on this Gotham City thing. There's so much going on, and
there's so much, man.
I think I know what I'm doing next episode.
It seems like something you got to think about when you're in the toilet,
or on lunch at work, or down at the toilet at work, or it's gonna be one of those things. This is my new Excel sheet, or my new I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna send you a screenshot, and you're gonna swear at me. It's usually how it goes, right? I almost every time I send you a team, I feel like behind the scenes you're going, "You son of a." But in reality, you're
I love seeing it. I love seeing it. I like seeing all the cool things. Yeah, I mean, if you send me the same thing that I see over and over, I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Well, and that's when I got excited. That one time I sent you my, I think it was my Red Lantern Power Battery team or my Phoenix Force team, and you're like, "Can we talk after Worlds?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Did I do something?" And immediately after, okay, I had to take a second. Oh my God, how did you come up with it too?
Yeah.
That was my proudest moment back then. Now I realize I'm just a mad scientist, and I just need to be left alone. I'll send people my ideas for opinions, and then I will do my best to shoot down their opinions. If I can't shoot down their opinions, I'll take their opinions. Like when you completely reverted my police team to a giant cannon with the Mandarin Power Battery, I was like, oh, I was trying to give myself willpower, but I don't need willpower if they're dead in a turn. All right. Now that we've over-answered that question, the Rugged Dookie, also known as Aaron Cantu, wants to know, with all the amazing Batman the Animated Series figures, will Fast Force's Penguin finally become the must-have meta piece? Does he have Gotham City team keyword? I think I don't know. Does he? I'm gonna have to check now, because now that we're theory crafting this nonsense.
I know, right? What if he just has it?
No, he's Gotham City. He's in.
Oh, jeez, he's in. He's in. He's on the team.
Yep, he's there.
I think if you do the title character stuff, you could work with him too, right? So they don't just take damage.
You can punch him and get the plot token.
Yeah. Oof. He's literally your team's punching bag.
So there you go.
Yeah. Man.
Price check on that Fast Forces.
Yeah. Did it suddenly go up? What's going on here, guys? Why is it so expensive now?
Right?
Because Jason, Patrick, and Thiago were all together in an episode, and they publicly thought out loud. All right. Next up.
I used it last week, a team with the Chair Joker, with this Penguin, and the Stormbreaker on the Joker. So Joker had 9 range. It was awesome.
9 range Joker. Oh. All right. That's that. Okay. Joe Ramirez, what do you guys think of the Batman LE from the Trinity OP kit? He has potential now that more Batman family keyword is out, but will it be enough to be competitive? I feel like the Batarang Batman kind of outshines him right now, with that ability to ignore the map and then fire a Batarang and then shoot again.
This is how many points is Batman?
The one I'm talking about, the Batarang one, is 120 at max.
Oh no, what's Joe talking about?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that one.
It's a Trinity. It's a Trinity War one.
No, it's the new Trinity OP kit.
Oh, that's what I meant. Like the Trinity. I'm sorry, Trinity War. Trinity OP. That's what I was.
Trinity War is very golden age, Patrick. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that on the lab. Because WizKids doesn't like to talk about it either.
I know, right? I don't know what it does, so I don't know.
I'm trying to pull him up right now.
100 points, Batman. 100 points.
Yeah, he's 100 points even.
He's out.
Yeah, so he's
he said 100 points. He's out.
And then when he would be a target of an opposing character's attack, place a heroic token on his card. When you may remove 2 heroic tokens from this card. If you do until your next turn, all opposing characters modify attack by -2. So he's got to be attacked twice with his 7 clicks of health. 6 clicks of health.
Six.
Give him a power action and move a heroic icon token from one character to as a power action. Can use Smoke Cloud as free, but only to place 1 Smoke Cloud marker. I think that's a typo on that one. I hope that's just 1. Give Batman a free action and place him in a Smoke Cloud marker square. He's outshined. There's things that outshine him, I think, right now. So
I think maybe fun, but only that.
Yeah, because he says competitive, so I would say.
Yeah, hard. It's a kind of a hard no, unfortunately, on that one, especially in a world with Unimind who ignores hindering.
And if you're gonna actually go with that keyword, there are like a lot of like you said, there's that Batman that's just better than bettering.
Yeah. Aaron wanted to remind me to be corrected that it's the swim ability, not aquatic. I don't care. It's a dolphin. But yes, you're correct. It is called the swim ability. I apologize. Was it called aquatic at one point, or am I just
I don't know,
being a big nerd?
Well, is it Canadian for swim?
Canadian for swim.
Aquatic was on Mage Knight. Mage Knight, the figures have aquatic.
There it is. We'll blame Mage Knight then, because I played that a couple times. Okay, that's not a question. That's a statement in the chat. All advices are what's going on here? Okay, he got the chase Batman, and the person says to me, trade the Batman for Thanos. No, don't do that. Do not trade a chase for a rare that happens to be trading high right now.
Oh, he's the chase Batman from
the new set.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Chase for a rare. That's tough, man.
It's a tough. Like, I understand that the Thanos is going for a lot of money, and the Unimind drives the price up, plus the existence of the movie because people are excited for Thanos. I would never do it personally. I don't feel like the Thanos is worth the asking price. I'm trying to figure out why people are paying the asking price or trading at the asking price, for that matter.
Well, when was the last time? I think this might be one. When was the last time we had like a Thanos?
Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
Okay, so that was like 6 years ago. So
is it that long ago? Why you gotta be that guy?
2012. It came out in 2012.
Galactic War.
No. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians. Okay, so 2013. 5 years ago.
5 years. Yeah, see, not that long.
That's a long time, man.
It is a long time. You're not wrong.
He hasn't played yet.
Not wrong. Oh, that hurts. Oh. Playing this game for too long, and then all of a sudden you start to hear things like Guardians of the Galaxy was 2000.
Yeah, I know.
2014.
14? Okay. Yeah. It's probably
4 years old.
It rotated out, two rotations ago?
Yeah, but we also got the Thanos copter this year too. So we got a double dose of Thanos.
2.
Yeah. Anyway, so I understand like Thanos is a popular character. This is one of those things that sometimes and we've talked about this in the past, where like the collector value of a figure or the popularity of a figure will drive its price up in a weird way that it should know. And then all of a sudden there's a minor effect that it has on the competitive game too, because that Thanos can be sidelined to the Unimind.
Yes. So that's when it, like, the stars align and now both sides want it, and then that's what makes it go up.
Yeah, but I would personally I would not trade one of the Troubalert chases for it myself.
Yeah, same here.
But I always take my advice with a grain of salt when it comes to trading, because trading is it's 50-50. Like, sometimes it's just a personal.
Subjective.
Yeah, subjective. This is a subjective thing. B.A. McCoy is a big fan of Maxi Zeus, but he wants to know what my Nationals build was. Well, if you were at Nationals, you saw it because it was huge. It was
talking about your team, right?
Yeah, he's talking about my team. It was 100-point Carnage, 75-point Goblin King, 2 Dr. Frankensteins, a Surtur, and 2 Groots. That was my build.
Monsters.
Amber kicked my butt. She took out my Better Ray Bill Strike team with the 5-turn. Amber snickers off and was like, I won. All right. Wow, this has been really active chat today.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Where do you find the yellow and red heavy and light objects, the 3D ones like Da Rules? Those are from Rock events. I have a couple of them myself. They are 3D printed by the guys that run the Rock tournament. You might get your hands on some of them at Provincials this weekend because he does mention in the chat that he is going to be at Provincials. So this is something that's part of the Rock prize kit. Right? I'm not crazy?
Yeah, you get the all of those. I don't know how many different ones there are out there now because I haven't really paying attention, but all those kits come with 3D tokens.
Mm-hmm. All right. That said, that's all we got in the chat. I want to thank you guys, specifically Tiago and Patrick, for bailing me out today, as all of my usual guys were in absence. And it's good to have a couple extra voices to bounce my ideas off of. I don't like doing this show solo. It gives me no time to drink.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us. Hey, I don't know if you missed a couple of these questions. Or you just skipped them.
In the chat? Or this is why I tell them. Oh, here we go. Manny V wants to know if the Unimind is still relevant. It's still winning.
Yeah, there's that one. And then there's another one about can you have 2 figs for 1 ID card?
Yeah, you can have 2 different figures, but when you start the game, you have to decide which one you're going to use.
Right, yeah.
One more question about the Venom harness.
Yeah, there's another one, Venom harness.
How do I miss? How did I miss all these? Okay, here we go. Kevin Sharp, what figures do you think the Venom harness will be the most effective with? Whatever you're using in close combat and is standard size. I kind of wish that the shifting focus Superman didn't rotate out. Because he would be so good with it. Oh, he'd be awesome with it. Just
what do you think? What do you think, Tiago? What did you have in mind?
I sound crazy, but I like the dual figure of Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
With them,
because they are resistant, so they can go for hypersonic for damage out to it. Why not?
Yeah. I haven't really given it much thought, but
that's a really good call. I happen to have it like right by my desk because I just recently traded for it, and that is a very good call. Especially if you like pull off a single target Quake with it. You can one shot a Star Fox with a single target Quake with this, with the harness. Because I mean, okay, you're not going to get precision strikes. You do have to get by the super senses, but still, your damage becomes 4, your attack becomes 12. So you're very likely to hit. So on the 66% chance that they don't make the shape change or the super sense roll, you deal the knockback on the Quake, dead. Because you're on the last click after 4 damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about just playing Bane? Is that not? I mean, he has 100 points, but
he's not great. He's not great. I think he's really cool looking, and in sealed, I would play him. But I don't think he's super awesome for
a 100-point close combat guy. It's really not.
It's a hell of an investment, especially if he's not attacking 3 times on a retaliation.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I guess it would have
Carnage
to be like
does do that, guys.
What about like Haha Joker then?
Why not?
Haha Joker with a French poodle equipped to him, he's fine.
Yeah, because they used to put the Proteus on him before, so
I remember that one. Yeah, think like you gotta look at it nowadays and say, what would I put Proteus on? Right. And then it's like, okay, so now I can just pay 7 points for Proteus.
Yeah.
And just add Battle Fury for a turn. Okay, so if you guys shape change, I don't care. And there's a lot of mind control right now in the current meta game. So
it's true.
You're now like you have it.
I mean, we just talked about Starro, right?
Yeah. Although I think it only lasts for the turn, so I don't think you actually get it to last through. I don't think you get the immunity out of it. Yeah, you don't get that. Doesn't carry on till the next turn. So, I got to double check that to be sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's worded.
Unimind. Unimind is still relevant?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's one question.
Overall thoughts on the meta. I think I've done this on the show. It's healthier than it sounds because I kind of had an alarmist tone when I said we're only using 5% of the figures, but 5% of the figures are also making like 300 different teams.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts.
Good.
Oh, no, I was just saying. I was just carrying on. It's like, that's my thoughts in general on it. It's a healthier than it sounds meta, but it is limited in the number of figures you get to use. But you do get to use that limited number of figures in a lot of different combinations. But I want to let you guys, because you guys aren't regulars to the show, so share your thoughts by all means. Let's say Tiago go first on this one.
Just to say about the Venom harness again.
Oh,
I had this.
Nope.
The Fast Force Hulk from the Thor set. I want to give this guy the Venom harness. Move 11 and Quake for 13 attack and 5 damage.
Amber, how many points do we
There
have
you
left
go.
on your team? None? How many points do you think
It's
we
not
can
a
move
bad
around
idea.
with?
It's not a bad
Do
idea.
you think we can get a Venom harness on your team?
There's
Team Rocket
there are a couple of these.
I got
There's a
an
couple of suggestions in the chat. Flash, God of Death, Dreadpool.
Yeah.
idea.
But Lockjaw, who you can't do Lockjaw because he's not standard. So.
No.
But
Flash God of Death would be gross with it.
Flash, God of Death. Yeah, I think that there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Yes, Precision Strike already, right?
Yeah. So it's like
So
if you have one of those combinations like shape change and super senses,
Yes.
your super senses on a 6, and you're not getting your shape change.
yes.
And I'm +1 to my stats.
Ooh, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Oh. This thing is so good. It's so good. And
Yeah.
it's funny, Thiago. The team I built for Amber and my friend Aiden was using that 50-point Hulk to run in and do a ton of damage and just force characters to attack him, and then follow up with a Colossal Retaliation from Carnage. But I think we threw a Surtur on the team for certain builds. I say probably F the Surtur, make a slightly smaller Colossal, and just go with the Bane harness maybe.
I mean, that's a good idea. Tiago's, 13 for 5 Quake after you. That's crazy.
Single target Quake. And then because the team I'm using with Amber's team uses the Michelangelo to use a smoke cloud to give him sidestep. So, and then what you can do is you get the Michelangelo next to the Hulk after he's quaked, pop the smoke cloud, sidestep, carry the Hulk, then the Hulk sidesteps and then quakes again.
Oh yeah, keep going, keep talking.
Yeah, and then now you're forced to deal with this Hulk, or you're gonna die, right?
That's true.
Because this Hulk just dealt 10 damage. So then you've attacked this Hulk. Here comes Carnage with 3 attacks to follow up.
Yeah.
And then he drops his token, of course. And then what if you happen to have clicks health left, the token might try to clean it up.
Yeah. I think that Hulk. If you do it that way, the 13-5, you can one shot a Blackbird.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then follow up and kill, Cyclops who popped out of it, and then that'd be done with it.
Yep.
It's not a bad idea.
And it's like, okay, kill the Hulk. I don't care. I just scored 100.
Cares?
You scored 50.
Yeah.
I'm coming with a Colossal Retaliation on you, buddy.
That's a good. Oh, I like this. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You want some aggression? I'll give you some aggression. Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm getting all excited about my own ideas. Thanks, Patrick. Your excitement feeds me. Oh man. Okay, so where do you find? Okay, we got that. Did I miss anything else? Is Unimind still relevant? We got that. Yeah, definitely still relevant. Still winning tournaments.
Yeah.
Granted, Daniel Powell's the one winning with a lot of.
Yeah, no, most of them.
But he's Rock Cup champ with it. Why not?
That's true. What about will Jakeem ever make a return?
I don't think so.
Is it too many points now at this point with all those nerfs on him?
What would Jakeem do with a Bane harness?
Not pulse wave.
You wouldn't pulse wave. That's fine. But if you because the harness is like a temporary thing. You can get that hypersonic off with it.
I think that if I'm running Jakeem, we use Flash, God of Death.
Yeah, you're right. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I desperately want the Flash God of Death to work with those Grim Reapers at some point. Like I want to see it happen, just so I'd be like, oh, somebody said it on my show and it worked.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be a thing of beauty.
That's actually good. How many points are those Grim Reapers? Like 50 or 60 or whatever?
I think the there's two different ones. One's like the super one, and then there's there's a lesser good one. And I want to say it's like 60 and 80 in points.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hidden gems and combos in this undead set that I think a lot of people are overlooking. Or, characters like Dr. Frankenstein are being overlooked. Because if you're overlooking...
I think that's a really good point, though, on the Flash with the Reaper, because you're doing extra damage.
Yeah. Well, because... I mean, you do the extra damage. You do have to pull off the damage with a monster character, but I mean, Surtur's a monster. Groot's a monster.
Yeah. Carnage is a monster.
Carnage is a monster. Colossal retaliate that damage off of him.
That's a good point.
All right. And let's see. Yeah, Death is 80, and the individual Grim Reaper is 60. So I did get it right. Oh, but he's also traded with Blade's Claw's giant reach. I love when this nonsense. This is why we call it the lab. Is sometimes just science starts to happen here.
Gotta brew it.
Brewing. We're brewing in the sink. Okay. A lot of praise for the Hawkman Hawkgirl in the Batman animated series set, and they're really good.
They're gonna be really good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of clicks, man.
It is. And it's a lot of useful clicks.
Yeah.
What is really the point of Queen? Okay, Jakeem, we just said that is Jakeem's trash now. Oh, the chat just started popping off. All right, I think we're good now. I think we're at that point where we can have our day. So once again, thank you, Tiago and Patrick, for joining me. Thanks for getting the brewing going again. It's always good to have the brew brain happening. Nolan Lake does have one last question on the way out. Could you give us a rundown of the details for Ontario Provincials? Okay, very quickly. It is running this Saturday. I believe it starts around 10 a.m. I don't have that exact number. Let me just get the page out for it right now. Ontario event page. Boom. It is being run at the Comic Warehouse, which is at 20 Strathern Avenue in Brampton, Unit 15. You can see it from where it is, but you do have to park around the back of the building. Or you have to, in order to get in, you have to get in off the back. You can see it from the main street on Seals, but you have to go around it to get in. It is starting at 10 a.m. Try to get in a little early just in case to sign up. And yeah, it's 300 points modern, $20 entry fee. And the tournament itself does start at 11, actually. So 10 a.m. is early for the tournament. The tournament will start at 11. Jay's going to be judging. There's going to be battle royales. There's going to be $15 per booster, and and you'll be playing on the new Rock battle royale maps. So those are going to be interesting to say the least. So good luck to everybody who's going to be there, and enjoy the Comic Warehouse. It's a great venue, great place, great guys run it. And I do enjoy the venue. I go there on a semi-regular basis when I am free to go. Other than that, I want to take a minute to thank Patrick's shop and online presence at Majestics, ccg.com/apex-insiders. That's the premium version of the site. $3 per month gets you brain dumps from some great brains, some crazy brains, because I put my team from Canadian Nationals up just before the event. So you get some crazy talk coming out of me every so often. And I'm sure by the time we go off the air and we start talking off the air, he's going to convince me to write another article because he does this every time we talk. In fact,
need you back to write more.
Yeah, he needs my breed of crazy. Maybe that's what we'll call my articles now, from the minds of a madman.
There you go. Mind of the Metal Lab Master.
Let's not call myself a master until I actually start accomplishing stuff. We'll just, like I said, from the mind of a madman. Because everything starts with me laughing maniacally about it. But there are other great players who do submit articles. Tiago is actually one of them. That's why I'm more than happy to have him on the show.
The clicks of the week.
Clicks of the week. and Aaron Cantu, who you guys saw in the chat as Rugged Dookie. That sounds rough and wiped better. As well as Paris Gordon, Easton Brock, and Daniel Powell, and other great players. Jay is another regular contributor. George Masu, the GOAT himself, Adam Friedman. If you ever talk to him,
oh geez,
be ready for what you're walking into.
Also, Adam, I'm sorry, Travis Roberts, Aries Edge.
Yeah,
he does a lot of the social aspect of the game.
So a lot of great minds to talk about this game. You'll get regular tournament updates as well from the site, and they're currently compiling as much information as they can about the state's teams. As
we have the WizKids Open week 1 and 2 lists up right now, so if people want to see what the last couple weeks have been, and because next week I think 1 or 2 more weeks of WizKids Open, so maybe if someone wants to get some ideas, you can take a look at the lists.
Yeah,
it's up there right now. So.
I might take a peek at that. I'm not sure. I might need an idea, or I might just need to see what I'm playing against, so I know.
Yeah, that's true. That's
it's just like,
be prepared,
if this is what people are playing, what am I looking at? Okay, so how do I counter that with my team? How do I counter that with my team? Okay, can I counter that with my team, or do I need to play better? So yeah, check that out. And he's been a longtime sponsor of the channel as well, so I do appreciate him being here and helping us out in the ways that he does. On that note, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for checking us out in the archive. And always remember, it's not just brewing the ideas. You got to put those ideas on the test table and try them out, because practice make your team better. Have a good night, everybody.